Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Hope you are okay on that side of the screen. And today with a repeater which actually solves issues instead of just faking that it solves, which happens unfortunately with most of the repeaters that we have tested. Now this is the new Devolo Wi-Fi 6 5400 repeater. It was presented this week here in Lisbon and I had the chance to check it out. It was also presented the 3000 version, but I haven't tested it out. Now, this is one repeater that also acts as an access point. So we can choose between access point or repeater and take a look at the speeds that I can get. And those speeds are limited by my connection, which is 500 megabits per second on download and 100 on upload. So it probably can get more than that, but I have no way of testing. Now, the first mode that I did test out was as an access point because I wanted to check out the full potential of this baby right over here. I was not really surprised because Devolo delivers great quality and great speeds on their devices, but this is a repeater, so I was a little bit on the fence. And in terms of access point, all we need to do is to use the app, which is a really well built app. Actually, as I usually say, some routers manufacturers don't have such a great app as Devolo has for their power lines and for their repeaters and so on and so forth. So the app is available for iOS, Android, Mac and Windows, and it's really easy to configure as an access point. We just need to put our Ethernet cable right here on the back and that is it. So right over here in this area, 40 square meters, 500 megabits wherever I go, no issues whatsoever. When I moved to the other side of the office, I was getting roughly 200 megabits, 200 and something megabits per second on download and on upload, but we are talking about 2 or 3 walls and doors and so on and so forth. So the result was actually real nice. I took it a little bit further and went to the backyard, so just to simulate that we are on a balcony, for example, and I was getting also really great results. Then I went further ahead to the end of my backyard. We are talking about 275 square meters, more or less, and great speeds as well. I'm not really sure, but roughly 200 megabits, but you can check it on the screen. I also went to the first floor so that we could check the barriers in terms of the concrete and so on and so forth. And on the top balcony, I was getting great speeds. We are talking about 70. It will decrease, but 70 megabits per second is something that we can use to browse the web and so on and so forth. But when I go to that side of the house, which indicates that we have a lot of wall, concrete thingies and iron and things like that, so the signal will get blocked and blocked. So in my living room it was getting about 20 megabits or something like that, and that's where I did stop those tests. But overall, a great experience and some great results, because this is not targeted at multiple stores, not targeted at this kind of distance that I did test out, but it did pass the test, so that is just awesome. Now, changing to repeater mode, it's also easy. We just need to select on the app, repeater, we need to select which network will I want to repeat, and basically that is it. Once we do that, it will be able to repeat that network. Now, one thing that will help us to configure that is this dots right over here. I do believe that Devolo did this to help the users to help find the perfect spot for the repeater. This will indicate the strength of the signal that the repeater is receiving. So the more we get, the more it will be able to send to the devices that we are using. So let's say that if I only have one, probably I should unplug it and plug it on another place a little bit near to the router so that it could have a better signal. This way we can get the best results. I did test right over here with the original Wi-Fi signal without the repeater. We were getting roughly 300 megabits per second. With the repeater, getting the same, so no surprises right over here. It will get a good signal, it will send a good signal. Actually, it will send better signal than the original because it has more powerful antennas. But right here close, we will not notice that. Then when I move to that side and when I connect directly to the source Wi-Fi without the repeater, I do get roughly 30 megabits per second, so we will notice a loss right over there. But when we connect to the repeater, that number changes to about 200 and something megabits per second on download and 100 on upload. So this is a huge advantage. The explanation is that the repeater has stronger antennas than our phone or our laptop, and it's able to capture the signal better than those devices, and then it also sends the signal better. So when it reaches our phone, this is just a great experience because it just boosts that signal. It will give us great speeds. I also tested outside, but this time what I did was to plug in an extension cord right over here, took it outside and put it on my window and right over there so that I could check the signal, but it was only with 3 dots right over here. So the one on the top was off. Nonetheless, the results were not that bad. So I went once again to the end of the backyard and I was getting roughly 200 megabits per second on down. I believe that this is a good example for those that are wondering if you can use this on your balcony. I tested that out in 2 ways: leaving it here inside as an access point, great results; leaving there as a repeater, great results. So it doesn't matter which one you choose, you will have great results nonetheless. Now, those results in terms of repeater will need to be cautious, because if we get a bad signal, we will transmit a bad signal, and this is something that we need to have in mind. So if you ask me, hey Robert, I know that you love power lines, does this replace a power line? My answer has to be, in some cases yes, but in some cases no. For this kind of scenario that I just showed right over here, this is a great addition to any setup that we want to play games, to stream movies, and so on and so forth. But if we are talking about 3 floors like I have right over here and a lot of divisions, then the power lines always beat any Wi-Fi connectivity that I've tested so far. So power line for longer distances still gives me the warranty that the signal will be there, because it will go through my power line, and that is just awesome. We have done a lot of tests. I will leave all of them or some of them right over here on the YouTube cards, and if you search on the channel for power line, you will find all of that info, and you can make some comparisons. That being said, hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did so, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.